Hello, everyone. We have Dmitry here today with us. And Dmitry, in two sentences, what was your business idea, and how does it help the world?
Oh, that's pretty simple. Thank you so much for having me, Robert. Love to be here. My initial business idea was to help people find their voice. And that wasn't that hard, actually, because I always keep telling everyone that I'm a marketing specialist with more than 15 years of experience, but I've been writing for more than 20 years. And during the last several years, I've been helping solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and startups with their brand messaging. So, to keep it simple, I give them their voice because I write for them. Simple as that.
Okay, but what does their voice actually mean? Because a lot of people think or talk about it, but uh, how do you find it? What's I don't know, the difference between somebody who has not their voice and somebody who has it?
The thing is that initially everyone has their voice. It's up to them personally to find it if they look for it properly, or if they talk to someone who's skilled in finding somebody's voice in regards of a very simple interview. You know what? When I talk to people who are grown up guys who are very good at what they're doing, they've built enormous things in their startups or their businesses. They've been there for 15 or 20 years, and all of a sudden they say, I have no stories to tell, or I don't know how to tell those stories. And I always begin talking to them from step zero. I don't believe you. If you've been doing something properly for years and years and years, that means that most probably you're good at it. And to get to this level of good at it, you've been through a lot, through a lot of hurdles, through a lot of hardships, through bottlenecks, and you solved these problems. And every single problem solved has a couple of stories in itself. And the most important part here is to hook this story out of them. And it
Yeah,
all comes from talking. All comes from talking.
but you are not a woman. Women like talking, so because I heard somewhere that I don't know, women has uh, I don't know, 7,000 words per day, and men only have 4,000. And when we came home at the afternoon, we don't have any more, and we are
We've
struggling.
reached the limit, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, uh, no, I'm joking. So, uh, how does it start? Or let me ask you another thing. What was the moment when you went from the idea in your mind that you have to help people to get their stories out of them and help them show the story or show them their abilities to, okay, let's make it a business?
Initially, it was pretty simple, just like for most of us, I think, working corporate roles in marketing,
Okay.
loads of copywriting, loads of brand messaging for different outlets, for social media outlets, for mass media, etc., yada, yada, yada. But it all boiled down to the moment when I found myself hidden behind all these stories of different people. So they were taking the spotlight, and it's pretty an obvious thing to say for me as a writer. And I can bet money that if there are writers listening to us right now, they would nod their head and say, "Yeah, yeah, I've been there," because it happens this way for every one of us, every single one of us. We're writing for other people. We're telling their story. We're making them heard. We're making them popular. We're growing their business, and then we disappear in the shadows. And it's like we didn't do a thing. There comes a time, maybe at a certain age, I don't know, but there comes a time when suddenly you think, I've been through this and that with these people, but no one ever told my own story. This is what happened to me. it took me several decades to reconsider my whole existence, my career, and my experience, and finally start utilizing it for my own voice for the first time ever. The headline of our talk today is a viral post after 18 years of silence. Exactly. I've had the LinkedIn account since 2007, but I started using it in 2025, only a year ago, because before that, I was helping other people and I never thought about myself. Then last year, I suddenly heard a podcast by Harry Foucault from Cyprus, and he was interviewing Matt Barker. That was the moment when I listened to them and I was like, hold on a second. Two guys are talking about posting their own stories on a social media outlet and building their business. My next thought was, hold on a second. I also have a LinkedIn account. Once again, it's been sitting there since 2007. No banner, about 700 to 800 connections. That was it. And of course, my headline used to say, Chief Marketing Officer for this and that.
Yeah.
Safe to say it didn't work. It hadn't worked. Never. So 1 year ago, I decided to hit publish for the first time as Dmitry. And I started telling my story. Fast forward 2026, I've served several dozens of clients this year alone. Safe to say I've grown my business dozens of times, and I'm very happy. I'm very privileged, and I'm really, really, really grateful that I can help people and at the same time help myself, because I keep telling my own story on a daily basis through my posts on LinkedIn. Simple as that.
I like that really much because I'm using LinkedIn a bit different, and I'll tell you later. But what would you suggest for anyone who's hesitate on using LinkedIn or expressing their stories or talking about their, I don't know, hurdles, achievements, whatever they do or think or fear, or because one of my co-workers once said that LinkedIn is the most fake social media platform, and I and I thought about it a lot, because I think part of it could seem true, but I think that everyone there, because there's no thumb down icon on LinkedIn. That's true.
We can
But
only hope that they bring it in. I hope they bring it in.
yeah, but the fact is that on LinkedIn we are usually entrepreneurs, and we know the struggle, and we support other strugglers. And that's sometimes it really feels fake, because when I see somebody who is at the level 1 and I'm at the level 2, and I said, okay, great, you're doing great, just crawl because I can walk. And
Fair play,
yeah.
man. Absolutely. There are many questions. You asked me too many questions at the same time. Anyway, I
This
can
is my
understand.
thinking. Yes.
Yeah, it's okay. I understand that some people, and loads of people, as they write on LinkedIn, most of people can think that LinkedIn is fake. Fair play, because there's loads of AI slop everywhere. We're not here to discuss that, but I can understand them. However, we still have to remember that for now, it's quite a unique place, if you ask me, because it's a social media outlet, and at the same time, people do business there. I mean, everyone can sell their services or goods on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, but here it makes it easier to, in the first place, just like you said, to support the people, to see them grow, and to help them make things work. The thing is, Although they say there are more than 1 billion accounts on LinkedIn, even if 20% of those accounts are AI slop that we all definitely hate, still, isn't it easy for real people, real writers, and real entrepreneurs pencil down their genuine thoughts, post that post, and make yourself heard? It's so easy to stand out with all this AI slop in the background nowadays, if you ask me. Because if a real human being is telling a real story, most definitely the real people will read it. And in their own time, their clients, their customers, their target audience, why we all are on LinkedIn, will definitely read them, relate to their content, and react. And by react, I obviously mean buy. So simple as that. For me, I'm very young. I'm a very young user of this platform. I've been there only for a bit more than a year. But for me, there hasn't been a better time to be there, to be honest, because it's simple to stay out. There are plenty of people looking forward to talking to real people. And it's also hefty fun to build a business there, of course.
Okay, I like your background because you said you work in marketing before in corporate, so for decades actually,
I
and
hated it.
so
I
yeah,
hated it.
no, but my question is it the easiest, the best, or the easiest time to uh, create an entrepreneurship or create your own business through social media or however it is ever?
To be completely honest with you, my friend, I don't know, because I'm currently building the first business in my entire life. Before that, I used to work for corporates, just like we discussed.
Yeah.
This business started as me thinking I absolutely have to get back to writing. I've been writing for more than half of my life. I love writing. Safe to say, it's one of my favorite things in the world. But
Mhm.
I had a couple of years when I had to quit or take a break or whatever you call it. And then I understood that I had to have this, as they call it, creative outlet for my own writing. Then I remembered that I had a LinkedIn account. Then I decided to give it a try. And when I started giving it a try, at the very beginning, I started posting 3 times per week. Safe to say, cobbler's kids all the way. I didn't have any strategy. I didn't have any plan. I only wanted to post. I only wanted to try and make my voice heard for the first time ever. I'm a grown up guy, but for the first time ever, I started posting 3 times per week. And I loved it so much immediately that I switched to 5 times in only 3 or 4 weeks. In 2 months, I received my first inbound client. I was never ever selling my services before that because I used to work corporate roles. And after that, the next month, a second inbound client came in, and I understood that I had thoughts of having outlet for my creativity. It doesn't have a thing to do with the creativity. It's business, and it works. Once again, fast forward 2026. I still love posting. I still love writing. Nothing changed there. I have more clients. I've helped more people than I could ever imagined, but I still post every day. I'm still there, and I hardly changed anything about my own presence. I wanted to help people. I post hints. I want to entertain people. I post jokes. Full stop.
I like that. I'm a little bit different around posting because I usually post about my, I don't know, thinking or my ideas that I want to keep for myself. Actually, I somehow um, formed them as a reminder for myself, and I haven't got any inbounds yet, but I do have people who I don't know, work with uh, because of it, because they know me through my posts, because they knew me through my thinking and my attitude, that when I say them, okay, let's do this business, and I say them, okay, this is this much, and I say, okay, okay, no problem, because they know how I think, how I operate, how I do things, and that's exactly what you said, because I show them uh, my my kind of operation, and yeah. So tell me what your offer actually is, or how do you if I want to work with you, what do I get? How do you do that? And what do you offer? And what will I receive? In how I don't know how much time and how much of my effort and things like that.
It's pretty simple, actually. I only have one rule: I never do hard sales. It's a rule for my own business. You will never find me selling anything online. I never sold anything. I never performed outbounds. I never DM'd anyone saying, please buy something from me. I never did that. And I'm not planning to do that, in all honesty. So that's the only rule in my business. The two things that I have to offer are very simple. People who request my services, they either understand that they need to tell their story, the story about their business, because obviously they need more coverage and as a result of it, more leads. So they want me to write for them. That's why sometimes they call me a ghostwriter. At the same time, I've had about 40% of the inbound requests asking me to teach them how to write, because people genuinely love writing on their own, but they don't know where to start,
Yeah.
or which story to tell, or how to tell it, or my favorite, help me find my voice. And I'm like, mate, you just talked to me in that voice exactly. There it is. Well done. But it's only a joke, of course. So I obviously either write for people or I teach them how to write properly. And they say I do it well because I love doing it.
I once was a workshop with Grant Cardone, and it was okay. Find everything you accomplished in your life, and I said, okay, I'm almost 60. I probably accomplished a lot of things, and I find he wrote 2 3 tables of his accomplishment, and I have 3 lines. I said, okay, I'm such a loser. And then when I give it a time and give it, I don't know, think about it, I found that there is a lot of things that I have accomplished and do in life, and that's what you say. Find your voice, find yourself, think about what your life, uh, I don't know, consists of.
Exactly, exactly. And that's the thing, when you talk to the people for the first time, it often happens during the disco calls I have with my potential clients, when they say, I don't think I have a story to tell with their business that's been there for 15 years before,
Yeah, yeah.
You say, okay, I have a set of very simple questions. They're like, I don't know, 10 to 12 questions. And I ask everyone the same set of questions and I see where it takes us. And after we go through this list, I point out tiny stories or tiny details that people don't pay attention to. And they're like, I can't believe this could be interesting to anybody.
Yeah.
Tells me a lady who helped her client cut all the processes into half and saved loads of money for them.
Yeah.
It's so obvious for my business. And I say, if it's obvious for your business, it doesn't mean it's obvious for your target audience. Your target audience is your potential client. And that's why if you don't say what you do, simple as that, they will never know what you can do and how you can help them.
Yeah.
That's why I say, guys, if you need things written down, I'm a writer. If you need some help, you can always ask me. That's it. Simple. You need a writer, I'm a writer. Let's talk.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Uh, Daniel said, Dr. Daniel, my husband is a writer, a really good writer of books and stories, but when it comes to marketing writing, or let's say presentation, it's so hard. I tell to get to the point. I'm not better to have any advice.
Hi, Daniela. Of course, I have an advice because I also used to be a writer of books. And to be completely honest with you, when I released my second book, my best friend made me publish news about that because I didn't want to let anyone know that I'm a writer. But the thing is, in the first place, I think for some strange and bad reason, it all comes with time or with age. The older you become, the more you want people to listen to your own story, and the more you wish people to learn about what you did, what you achieved, and especially if you write books. To me, writing and reading are two of the most beautiful things in the world. I know, I know people say that people read books less and less nowadays, but I will not agree with that. Just ask my 2,000 books on my bookshelves.
Yeah.
And I think that
Okay.
if a writer can tell stories of other people or imaginary people, you can give it a small twist in regards of having a game with him. Let's imagine, Daniela, that your husband is the hero of a book. Could he tell the story of this hero of this book in his own words? He's a writer. He writes books about people. Why doesn't he try and write a very short abstract about the character that he himself is? This is why I sometimes say, and I still believe it as the broad daylight, a writer is his or her first and foremost best client. If you cannot describe what you do, if you cannot describe how good you are at what you do, people will simply not know the story. They will not believe you. They will not follow you. They will find it hard to trust you. And it's so simple. You know yourself better than anyone in the world. So please give it a try and make yourself your best and your first client and serve them like yourself.
Great advice. We'll get back to this because I have some thoughts about it. But let me ask you first, what was your best or worst business advice you received?
My favorite business advice is about LinkedIn when people say it's too late. Don't even start. I mean, come on, mate. They also say, and this I believe a bit more, that the best time to start was yesterday, and the second best time to start is right now.
Yeah.
It's never too late. If you want to give it a try, give it a try as soon as possible. Let's imagine you're good at it, or in the first place, you like it. If you like doing something, in our case, it's posting, right? If you like posting, you will try and treat yourself on a daily basis, or 3 times a week, or 5 times a week, whatever, but as often as possible. And if you treat yourself with this happiness often, there's no way you're not getting better at it. Because if you do something for a long time, you're getting better and better and better. Simple as that. Case closed. You're becoming a fine writer, whether you like it or not.
Well, that's the advice I was looking for because the my favorite advice was from one of my coaches for one of my clients. I was asking, she was wanted to be famous on YouTube, and I asked my coach how to do that, and he said this thing that stuck for me now it's for years, and he said your first 100 videos will suck. and, and and that's it, because you have to start. You will fail because it will suck, and you will have to repeat and repeat and repeat. And I also heard a thing of how to write a good story, and it said that write one story per day. It's not possible to write 365 bad stories in 1 year.
Oh, yes. And this is 100% correct. Once again, even if you don't do it every day, but you do it often, every other day, there's
Yeah.
still about 200 pieces of content in a year only. People gain experience working for years and years and decades, but you can do it on your own, on yourself, for yourself.
Yeah.
Why wait? Why ditch this opportunity? I can't understand that.
And as I said before, on LinkedIn, it's the most fake uh, social media. Everybody praise you, even you just put something crazy out, somebody will say, oh, great thing, and give you thumbs up or give you a heart and something like that.
No, mate.
That's it.
No,
So
mate.
start today. if you
No,
if Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm sorry, Robert. I can't agree with that because um, if someone who listens to us is reading my content, I'm one of the most positive writers. I'm very simple in my writing. I'm very positive, but I also receive negative comments. I won't say that everyone supports everybody all the time, every day. No,
No, because you are known now. But if you are unknown, uh, everybody will praise you.
I don't know. I don't know. But at the same time, well, writing is one of my favorite things in the world. I think I said it 7 times today already. But
37.
oh, thank you very much for counting, kind sir. Anyway, I take it all very personally.
Yeah.
It might not come through my content, through my public presence or whatever or whatnot, but I take it personally. So when I receive those negative comments, in the first place, that's what I say: keep them coming, guys, keep them coming. But at the same time, I take them personally. I won't lie. I'm just here being myself. It's one of the rules that I thought of when I was starting out only 1 year ago. I decided to be transparent from the very beginning. Because if you're not honest, if you're not transparent, what's the use of doing it all? Fake things about, like, I made 6 figures yesterday. No, you didn't. Fake things like, I've achieved the biggest mountain top of my life. No, you didn't. That's why I prefer to keep it honest, be transparent, and help as many people as I can. Because if I could grow my account a little bit and gain some clients, it means everyone can do that. And if they need help, I'm always there to help them.
Excellent. So, uh, but what surprised you the most in this uh, shift from corporate to self-entrepreneurial journey?
What surprised me most was the fact that I could make it work. Because speaking about my background, speaking about my childhood, speaking about my whole previous life, I was being told to zip it, to remain in the background, to keep it as down to earth as possible. And I followed that advice for years and years and years. And only recently I decided to stop zipping it. I decided to be transparent. I started telling my own story. And every single I don't want to use curse words. Every single human being that ever told me to stay in the shadows can now zip it in their own turn, because I've proven them wrong. I've proven all my teachers wrong, and I've proven myself wrong because I thought that I wouldn't ever make it.
That's a great story. That's a great confession, I would say. Evgeny said that he remembers the first time you commented on his content.
Mate, I feel privileged. I don't remember the first time I commented.
But yeah, these are the stories from the entrepreneurs who are, I don't know, struggling with how to begin, with should I post, what do I post, when do I post. And I think there's just one answer: do it.
Go for it.
Or reach out to Dimitri and he'll help you.
You got it, mate. But no, that's absolutely correct. Just go for it. The way hundreds and thousands of people before you went for it, just like millions of people will do after you. That's what everyone goes through. Just go for it. Give it a try. If it doesn't work for you, you can quit any moment. But if you hold on for several months, you will not be able to imagine how it changes your life.
Absolutely.
Only if you think about your desired target outcome and if you have your aim to at least give it a try.
Yeah. So is this an advice you would give to any wannabe-preneurs or people who are thinking about how to, I don't know, tell their stories, how to start a business, how to, I don't know, get out of the corporate cage?
Exactly so. Exactly and precisely so. Judging by my own stats, about 80 to 85% of my own clients launched into their public presence to acquire leads. Only 15 to 20% of my clients are there for dopamine and likes and going viral, etc., etc. So, if we believe these stats, people need this to make their business work. So, if you want to have a new channel for leads, a new channel for your public presence, a new channel, LinkedIn in the 21st century. I mean, come on, it's about time already. This is exactly what I say on every single call, during every single presentation or keynote where I'm invited. Say, guys, just launch into a public presence. And I will talk to you in 2 to 3 months, and we will see where it takes you. And most of them who come back, they said, oh my God, I wish I'd done that sooner. Better late than never, my friend.
Absolutely. So, would it be also the advice you would give your younger self to start it sooner?
Oh my God, yes, mate, of course. You're just, it's not midnight yet. I haven't gotten to my evening thoughts yet, but yes, that's what I'm telling myself on a daily basis. Damn, I wish I started sooner. Damn, I wish I started earlier. Why did I have to listen to all those people? Why did I have to wait for all those years? If only I had started 10 to 15 years ago, I would be in a completely different phase today. Even if I compare my current self to the version of myself 1 year ago, 2 years ago, these are completely different people. This is absolutely different level of entrepreneurship. This is absolutely different everything. It takes you to places you've never ever dreamt of. It gets you with the people. You get to know people you never ever thought of sharing the stage with, and you can hop on a call with them. I mean, if I keep discussing all this, we will not watch football tonight, but it's coming up soon,
Yeah.
So of course, if I could talk to myself from 10 years ago, I would say, please begin today. If you're tired today, mate, because you work a lot, I know that, start tomorrow or next week, but please start as soon as possible, and it will immediately change your life.
So if I want some help from you, how could I reach out to you, or do I have to have some visions, or I don't know, do I have to have a company or idea, or do I just say, okay, Dmitry, let's talk publicly like we do today?
Exactly. That's what some people do. They just say, hop on a call. And if I have time, and sometimes I'm pretty flexible, not going to hide that, I'm definitely hopping on a call. And the thing is, people I talk to sometimes wonder why I don't gatekeep anything. I never gatekeep anything. I always give advice. I always share everything I know because there's no need to hide a thing. If they want to receive it from a real, live human being, then they can ask me. And of course, the easiest and the simplest way to reach out is via LinkedIn. My name is Dmitry. My surname is Pavlotsky. And you can find me on LinkedIn with the status of a ghostwriter. You can DM me and we can make it work any given day.
Excellent, excellent. So we're about the end of our session. We are a few minutes over usual, but do you have any final thoughts or final advice?
That's actually what I don't like when it comes to the end of the conversation. People always ask me, "What are your final words?" And oh my god! But you know what? I think always I say the same thing, and I address it to the guys who are listening to us right now or watching a rerun later, and they still keep doubting. On the one hand, I understand that I have to launch into public presence, but I'm not sure. I don't want to begin. I don't want to do that, yada, yada. Please remember, you don't have to be afraid. Please remember, you don't have to be scared. Please remember that around you, even if you think in a different way, there are more good people than there are bad people. The bad people make themselves heard while the good people keep it silent. We've all been there. We know how it works. So please, please, please don't be afraid. Be brave. Close your eyes, hit publish, and publish the damn post, and it will take you to new and unusual places. You have my word.
Okay, but we are not here to finish it yet. Evgeny asked a question.
Oh, hi, Evgeny. Long time no see.
Can you hear? Can you see it?
Oh, yes, I can, definitely. If I may. Yes, you may. I'll write my posts and comments myself without AI. Well done, my friend. The growth feels slow. Do you think it's actually an advantage, or should I use AI for it because it's faster? Do you think it's actually an advantage? Slow growth is an advantage? Never heard about that. But to be completely honest with you, it might be something with your offer, or it might be something with the way you treat the platform, mate. If you want a proper discussion, you can always reach out because I'm, just like I said, I'm never gatekeeping anything. We can definitely have a talk. And I would prefer you not use AI for commands, to be honest with you, because I hate them. About 85% of people I know hate them. And if you use AI for commands, you will be hated by real people and potentially banned by LinkedIn. So please don't. Yeah. When people ask me what tools I use for my own LinkedIn presence, I always say like this: these are the two tools that I use for my LinkedIn presence. No automations, hardly any AI. No, never AI for comments. So please keep it up and reach out if you want to discuss it.
And I do have one more question.
Go on. 20 minutes until football. We still have time.
Yeah. Okay, great. Uh, uh, what is the most rewarding part of being entrepreneur instead of being a corporate?
Robert, my friend, there are so many. There are so many. I
I
cannot,
know, I know, I know.
cannot
that
stop.
I gave you 20 minutes.
Exactly. Give back. Everybody, grab drinks. Listen here. Now, I'm just kidding, of course. I actually have a recent example that I myself enjoyed so much. I didn't share it with anyone, but I will do it right now, of course. I have several clients with whom we've been working for more than a year. Very long running clients. I love them to death. They are my friends. I help them and support them. But most of them still find it hard to go personal through their posts. I write personal stuff for them sometimes. They read it and they say, my God, this is so well written. I am so not posting it ever. Oh my God. But last week, when I was casually browsing feed, the feed offered me to take a look at the post of one of my clients from 3 weeks ago. We know how it happens, right? Sometimes. And it was a very personal post.
Mhm.
And they told me they were not posting it, and they posted it. And it has more than 200 reactions.
Mhm.
And when I saw it, I didn't have to double check. I didn't have to double ask.
No, because people relate.
I immediately felt it. The client believed me. The
Mhm.
client used the post. The client received feedback.
No.
We didn't even have to discuss it. I could feel it. And oh my God, I got touchy back then. And I absolutely loved it. So if you're good with taking this story as an example of a reward, then be it.
Well, thank you, because it remembers me when I actually, as a leader, I do a lot of leadership coaching, and I always think of my own experience when I was a leader and I built a dream team, and I built a dream team from my own. I don't know. Vulnerability, because I had a problem that I couldn't solve, and I get to my team and so, hey guys, I don't know how to solve this, and they helped me, and we become connected, and we everything turned out great. So when you are vulnerable, when you are not the toughest guy in the world, when you then when other people can relate to you, because everybody have problems, everybody have struggles, and if you're always the best, always uh, doing great, nobody can relate with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just try and be the real version of yourself. That's it. It's not hard if you think about that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. It is hard. It is hard. At the beginning, it is very hard. Like it, that first post when you don't know. Oh, the world will fall apart when I'll send post, and everybody will do I don't know what. The nuclear bomb will explode somewhere, and nothing happens after that.
Surprise, surprise, no one cares.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for a lovely talk, and let's go to football.
Thank you so much for having me, Robert. I
Uh,
loved it. Thanks for having me. Bye bye.
Bye.